I would say that if you can generate $300 of monthly passive income, you're set. Let me explain this in more detail. The first step is to determine your living expenses. This is how much money you need each month to survive. There are many different ways to calculate this, but we're going to use the 50-30-20 method for this example. The 50-30-20 method, the budgeting technique that allocates 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings. Let's say your take-home pay is $4,000 per month. So, with the 50-30-20 method, you would need to earn at least $4,000 per month to cover all of your expenses. But let's say you have high living expenses and you need $8,000 per month. In this case, you would need to double your income to meet your expenses. Now, if you make less than what you need to make, then you need to cut back on your spending. Look at areas where you can reduce your costs so that way you can keep more of what you earn. You could consider moving to a cheaper city or state. You could downsize your living space or get a roommate to help pay the bills. You can sell things you don't need anymore to make some extra cash. You could also shop around for better deals on things like insurance, utilities, and groceries. If you're really in a bind, you could even consider getting a side hustle to bring in some extra cash flow. But let's say you've done everything you can to reduce your expenses and you still aren't able to save anything. Well, then it's time to increase your income. This might mean taking on a second job, starting a side hustle, or investing in a new business. Whatever you do, you need to find a way to bring in more money so that way you can start saving for retirement or other financial goals. It's important to note that everyone's situation is different. Some people may be able to get by on very little, while others may need more to meet their expenses. The key is to find a balance between bringing in enough money to cover your expenses and having enough left over to save for the future. The easiest way to make sure that you're on track is to create a budget and track your spending. A budget will help you see where your money is going each month and identify any areas where you can cut back. By tracking your spending, you can see how your progress is going and make adjustments as needed. If you're struggling to create a budget or track your spending, there are plenty of resources available to help you. There are a ton of helpful websites and apps that can help you get on track financially. So take the time to learn about personal finance and take control of your money. Now, once you figure out your living expenses, the next step is to determine how much passive income you need to replace those expenses. Passive income is money that you earn without actively working for it. It is often called make money while you sleep income because you can generate income even when you are not working. Some common forms of passive income include rental property, dividend stocks, interest-bearing accounts, and royalties. To calculate how much passive income you need, simply take your living expenses and multiply them by 1. This will give you a dollar amount that you need to earn each month in passive income. So let's go back to the previous example. We'll say that your living expenses are $4,000 per month. In this case, you would need to earn $4,000 per month in passive income to replace your job. If your living expenses are $8,000 per month, then you would need to earn $8,000 per month in passive income. The best part about passive income is that it can be scaled. So let's say you want to earn $10,000 per month in passive income. Well, you could always earn more money without needing to work more hours. To do this, you need to diversify your income streams so that way you're not relying on just one source of income. This could mean investing in multiple rental properties, creating multiple streams of dividend income, or building a business that can scale. It's also important to note that passive income isn't completely passive. It usually takes some time and effort upfront to set it up. But once it's running, it should require minimal upkeep. Now, once you know how much passive income you need, the next step is to create a plan to achieve it. This means setting goals and tracking your progress. Start by setting realistic goals for how much passive income you want to earn each month. Then create a timeline for when you want to achieve those goals. Finally, track your progress regularly so that you can see how you're doing and make adjustments as needed. There are a variety of tools and resources available to help you set and track your goals. Consider using a financial planner or spreadsheet to stay on track. It can also be helpful to speak with a financial advisor who can help you develop a personalized plan for achieving your financial goals. Now, it's important to remember that building passive income takes time. Don't expect to get rich quick. Instead, focus on making small, sustainable changes that you can maintain over the long term. If you want to know how much passive income you need to retire, here's a simple formula you can use. Take your annual expenses and multiply them by 25. This will give you the amount of money you need to earn in passive income each year to replace your job. For example, if your annual expenses are $40,000, then you would need to earn $1 million in passive income each year to retire. Or if your annual expenses are $80,000, then you would need to earn $2 million in passive income each year to retire. It's also important to factor in inflation when calculating how much passive income you need to retire. The cost of goods and services tends to rise over time. So, you need to make sure that your passive income is keeping up. A good rule of thumb is to assume that inflation will cause the cost of your expenses to rise by 3% per year. Using our previous example, let's say that you have $4,000 in annual expenses. You would need to earn $1,000 in passive income each year to keep up with inflation. So, your total passive income needs would be $11,000 per year. Finally, it's important to remember that everyone's situation is different. Some people may be able to retire with less passive income than others. It all depends on your individual circumstances. One way to reduce the amount of passive income you need to retire is to live below your means. If you spend less money each month, you'll need less passive income to replace your job. Another way to reduce the amount of passive income you need is to delay retirement. The longer you work, the more time you'll have to save up for retirement. And finally, if you have a pension or other retirement benefits, you'll need less passive income to replace your job. In conclusion, determining how much passive income you need is a highly personal decision. It depends on your living expenses, financial goals, and other factors. But hopefully, these tips will give you a good place to start. Remember that everyone's situation is different, so you need to tailor your passive income goals to your own circumstances. With careful planning and dedication, you can achieve your financial goals and live the lifestyle you desire.